What is going on, guys? What is going on, Touch Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, Malik Beasley, um, is was investigated for gambling and was gambling games as a player, and this is something that is not right. And I'm going to say this for once: is that it's not good to gamble at all. And for players that are like gambling on games that are actually NBA players, that is not right. And we've seen it before with one player. We're seeing it now with Terry Rozier. The funny thing about Terry Rozier is that the Heat is trying to trade trade Terry Rozier. But if this is kind of like a trend, like I said before, this is not good. You should not gamble. You should never gamble. And you should never gamble on games because something like this that Malik Beasley has done has done has done like he got he was investigated for gambling for every for a game. Like, you can't do that as a player. You can't do that as a player. Like, you're making a lot of money in the NBA. And we saw a few, either last year or 2 seasons ago, somebody get kicked out of the league for something like that, for something like this. And for Malik Beasley, it's more like now what NBA team is going to be interested in signing him now that he's off of the investigation. Like, he's a good 3-point shooter and a good NBA player. But something like this to go in to do and say, I'm going to sit out a game, like, that doesn't make no sense to me. This doesn't make no sense at all for a player to gamble that is making over a million, probably possibly $53 million, and you are going to gamble behind the scenes of your games that you are playing. That isn't right. That isn't right for somebody that is in the NBA. Like, you should be grateful that you're in the NBA because most players that go into the NBA draft doesn't most players that go into the NBA draft doesn't actually get drafted. Like, there is a fan of most 4 years in this in the NBA, and for Malik Beasley to not to get this to gamble on his games, like, you're not going to be you're a free agent, and this doesn't make any sense at all. Any sense at all that you're gambling, and we're seeing this with Terry Rozier. We saw it with one other player. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me because Like, gambling is bad. It's not good to do. And if this was like a different situation, he would be out of the league now. Like we seen possibly like other players get kicked out of the league for different reasons. We seen different players get kicked out of the league, leave the NBA for a reason, and never get picked back up from an NBA team. So now it makes it more interesting to see who will actually like sign sign Malik Beasley. It's going to be like, okay, who is going to sign somebody that just gambled games and sat out? Because we've seen it from different only free players now, and you're going to say I'm making all of this money, but behind the scenes you're going to gamble like that doesn't make any sense of the matter that you're in the NBA. You're in the NBA and you're basically gambling. Like, you just made the playoffs with the Pistons. Like, you just made the playoffs with the Pistons, and this like him now getting this all clear, he's going to be a free agent. And the big question is that who is going to sign him? Who is going to sign him? Because he's still a good player at the end of the day. He had the most 3-pointers in the NBA last season. So the big question is that if Terry Rozier is gambling on games, if Malik Beasley is gambling on games, like we've seen this with with only one player, I believe. But this is not right. I'm going to say this. Malik Beasley is a good player. But for him to gamble on games while he's in the NBA, like we don't see this from Steph Curry. We don't see this from LeBron James. We don't see that from those stars, but we're seeing this. And we're hearing that he is clear now and teams are going to sign him. He's a free agent and now teams are going to possibly sign him. That is not right. But guys, what I'm trying to say is that gambling is bad. And guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And peace.